Badly injured human cadet begged for her dragon friend, his ICU. Reaction. Astonished alien doctors, the sterile white walls of the Galactic Medical Station's intensive care unit hummed with alien technology far beyond Earth's comprehension. Cadet Arya Cole lay motionless on the biobed, her body wrapped in regenerative membranes that glowed with a soft blue luminescence. The training accident on Theta 7 had been catastrophic. Her shuttle had collided with an asteroid fragment during a routine navigation exercise, leaving her with injuries that would have killed most species instantly. Dr. Vexthor, a crystalline physician with a body composed of living mineral structures, studied the readouts with growing concern. His faceted eyes reflected the harsh truth. The human's neural pathways were deteriorating despite their best efforts. Her vitals fluctuated wildly, and her consciousness drifted between delirium and darkness. The human continues to vocalize during her conscious periods, noted Nurse Silvara, a graceful Aquarian whose translucent skin rippled with bioluminescent concern. She repeats the same word, Kareth. Dr. Vexthor's crystalline form chimed softly, his species equivalent of a sigh. A delusion, perhaps. Humans often call for absent companions when facing mortality. We've documented this behavior extensively. But Arya Cole was not simply calling out in delirium. Even as pain racked her broken body, even as the medical station's powerful sedatives tried to pull her under, she fought to stay conscious. Her lips moved cracked and dry, forming that single word again and again. Karoth. Please, I need you. 3 systems away on the volcanic training world of Draconis Prime, something ancient stirred. Karoth's massive head lifted from his resting perch atop the obsidian cliffs. His scales, deep crimson shot through with veins of gold, rippled as he unfurled wings that could blot out the sun. The dragon's eyes, older than human civilizations, suddenly focused on something far beyond the horizon. Pain, terror, desperation. Not his own, but hers. The bond between dragon and rider was something the Galactic Council had dismissed as primitive superstition when humanity first joined the interstellar community. How could a species barely capable of faster-than-light travel claim mystical connections with creatures of pure elemental fury? The other races, with their advanced technology and evolved consciousnesses, had scoffed. But Karoth felt Arya's heartbeat faltering across the impossible distance. He felt her thoughts fragmented and fading, calling to him through a connection that transcended space and time. Without hesitation, the dragon launched himself into the sky. Back at the medical station, alarms suddenly blared across every deck. The station's defensive systems activated automatically as sensors detected an approaching object moving at impossible speeds, far exceeding any known propulsion technology. Commander, we have an unidentified vessel approaching at 0.97 light speed, shouted the Vortian security officer, his tentacles dancing across the control console in panic. It's not following any known flight path or responding to hails. Commander Jural, a seasoned manted warrior with countless campaigns behind her, studied the readings with military precision. Classification? Unknown, sir. Energy signature is organic? That's impossible. Nothing biological can survive those speeds or the radiation of unshielded space travel. The object decelerated impossibly, physics equations shattering like glass in its wake. Station personnel rushed to viewports, and what they saw defied everything they knew about the universe. A dragon, a creature of myth and legend from one of the Council's newest member worlds, flying through the void of space as if it were merely air. Flames wreathed Karoth's body, not consuming oxygen but burning with some internal fire that needed no fuel. His wings beat against the vacuum, propelling him forward through sheer force of will. Dr. Vexthor stumbled backward from his patient as every medical device in the ICU suddenly fluctuated wildly. Arya's vital signs, which had been failing for hours, suddenly stabilized. Her eyes opened, truly opened for the first time since the accident. He's here, she whispered, tears streaming down her face. Karoth is here. The dragon landed on the station's external docking bay with a force that shook the entire structure. Emergency bulkheads sealed automatically as the massive creature's presence threatened to compromise hull integrity. Security teams mobilized, weapons charging, unsure whether they faced a threat or a miracle. Karoth's roar echoed through the station's corridors, a sound that resonated not just with ears, but with souls. Every being on the station felt it, a declaration of protection, a promise of fury should anyone stand between him and his rider. "Let him in," Arya's voice came through the intercom, stronger than it had been in days. "Please, he won't hurt anyone. He just needs to see me." Commander Jural made a decision that would either save a life or end many. "Open the bay doors. Route him to the ICU." The dragon moved through corridors designed for humanoid species, his massive form somehow navigating the impossible geometry. Station personnel pressed themselves against walls, watching in awe as living legend passed by. Karoth's eyes never wavered, locked on a destination only he could sense. When he entered the ICU, Dr. Vexthor prepared to protest, but the words died in his crystalline throat. The dragon approached Arya's bed with a gentleness that defied his size. His massive head lowered until his snout touched her forehead, the gesture achingly tender. Then something happened that medical science could not explain. Golden light erupted from where dragon touched human. Not heat, not radiation, something else entirely. The monitoring equipment screamed with impossible readings as Arya's body began healing at an accelerated rate. Broken bones knitted together, torn neural pathways reconnected, organs damaged beyond repair regenerated before the astonished medical staff's eyes. Nurse Silvara's bioluminescence pulsed with shock. This is impossible. No known medical technology can— "It's not technology," Commander Jural said quietly, having followed the dragon to witness this moment. "It's something older. Something we forgot existed in our pursuit of scientific advancement." Karoth's eyes met Dr. Vexthor's, and in that gaze, the physician saw intelligence vast and ancient. The dragon spoke, not with words, but with understanding that transcended language. "This is what you do not understand. This is what makes humanity dangerous and beautiful. They do not just form alliances or partnerships. They form bonds that reshape reality itself." Within an hour, Arya Cole sat upright, fully healed. She wrapped her arms around Karoth's massive neck, and the dragon rumbled with contentment, a sound like distant thunder. The incident report filed with the Galactic Council was brief. Humanity's claims regarding Dragon Rider bonds have been confirmed. Recommend immediate reevaluation of Earth's primitive mysticism classifications. Recommend significant increase to humanity's threat assessment, not because they are hostile, but because they are capable of things we cannot comprehend, predict, or defend against. In the ICU, as alien doctors struggled to understand what they'd witnessed, Arya smiled and whispered to her dragon friend, "I knew you'd come." Karoth's response resonated in her mind, warm and eternal. Always.